Force has this history of collaborating with European partners and bringing products to India. So the Traveller also is originally a Mercedes-Benz.
Yes, a Sprinter or something.
Yeah,
An old Sprinter or something.
Transporter, something of that sort.
Yeah.
So originally it was a Tempo. The Tempo was the German brand, which was then acquired by Mercedes, and they were already manufacturing it here in India. It used a Mercedes engine, as does the Urbania. And so many of you may not know Force Motors, but they have a huge history in engineering and doing, well, the kind of engineering that has BMW getting them to manufacture their engines for their India cars in India by them. They are manufacturing engines for Mercedes, all their locally made cars. Force Motors manufactures them here in India. They are also in the process of looking this up. They're also manufacturing engines for Rolls-Royce power units. So there's a division called MTU. And these are massive 10, 12 cylinder diesel engines, which are used in boats, trains, something like that. So, or gensets. I don't know what
Force Motors is the motive force among for a lot of brands. We just don't realize it. And one of their legendary Mercedes-Benz engines, which they made for the longest time ever, was called the OM616, or as I like to call it, the OM616.
And it's still in use.
And it's still in use.
Yeah. So it was there in the Traveller. It's there here in the Urbania. So it's still in use. They've used it in a whole bunch of vehicles. Do you remember the Force One, the SUV that they had made?
Yeah, briefly. Yeah.
So that also used to have so the Force One was an SUV that came about when the XUV 500 came about.
Yeah, and not to be confused with Air Force One. That's a whole different thing.
And my memory of Force was created by that experience with the Force One. As corny as the name was, the vehicle was actually a great machine, right? Whereas whether it's the Force One, whether it's this now even for the Urbania, they don't feel like raw vehicles at all. Right. They feel like well-finished, well-engineered machines. And that finally now with the Urbania, dude, like there are so many things about it that take you by surprise.
Okay.
Just take you by surprise. Imagine that looking at it, would you imagine that it has power steering, tilt and telescopic steering, tire pressure monitoring system, all-wheel disc brakes, ESP, ABS obviously, all of this as standard.
No, it doesn't look like a vehicle that has any of this.
Yeah. And imagine I spent 1 week with the vehicle, driving it up and down and all. And that seating position didn't take me more than 20 seconds to just settle down. Just went, adjusted the seat, once fiddled around with the height. That's it, done. Never touched it again.
Nice.
You never thought about it again at all.
And in the nature of the vehicle, this is you're assured that you'll be doing long distances and long stints behind the wheel. So the fact that you can do this and do it quickly and then not think about it again, it's a huge and important asset for this kind of vehicle.
Yeah, because typically, like now we talk about trucks which are ergonomically designed and stuff like that. But it was always like, who cares about who's driving it, right? It doesn't matter. It's just to transport people. That's its job. Right. But here, driving the car, you were surprised by so many things. It has powered ORVMs. It has powered windows. And everything that works so nicely, so smoothly, that it was just like getting settled into the car took literally no time at all. So when the car came home, and the car was parked in the driveway, and I had to reverse it into a parking spot. And these are regular car parking spots.
Right.
So the person would come, I said, listen, do I have to do anything special to drive this car? Do I have to know anything? He said, nothing. You just drive. The first thing I did was I went down the road, took a nice wide U-turn, came back. I said, okay.
I have a sense of it now.
Yeah. And now I want to reverse it into the slot.
Correct.
One shot. Done. It has a reversing camera as well. It does. So everything just feels a little strange because the distances are so much.
Yeah.
Right? So it just feels like, okay, the mirrors are large, the windscreen is large, the size is massive. So it took a little bit of time to get used to that. But once you settle down to driving, my God.
This clip is actually from a much longer video, which is on our main channel, which is called MotorInc. Why don't you visit us there? This idea in more detail over there with my great friend Karthikeya Singhi. You like him, right?